Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda. I'm your citizen journalist. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, the economy, as well as your money. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. In some astounding new footage of the Kamala Harris interview, it is very obvious that CBS News deceptively edited the footage. I'll give you several examples in this video of the fact that it happened, and President Trump actually sued CBS for $10 billion, and the parent company of CBS, Paramount, is now in talks to settle the lawsuit, which is basically an admission of wrongdoing. Let's take a look at this first example, an astonishing example where the interviewer actually told Kamala Harris that the Biden administration had been blindsided by Netanyahu, and she gave what I can best describe as a very rambling answer that didn't make any sense. All of that was edited out of the CBS interview that was aired prior to the election. Quite astounding. Let's take a look at this example and let me know what you think.
We got our hands on the raw footage of Kamala Harris's 60 Minutes interview. Last October, in the heat of the election, Harris, Hail Mary with CBS. But the network was caught deceptively editing this answer. Watch.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening. The Wall Street Journal said that that your administration has repeatedly been blindsided by Netanyahu. And in fact, he has rebuffed just about all of your administration's entreaties.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region. And we're not going to stop doing that. We are not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
Now, if you thought that deceptive editing was bad, and like I mentioned, President Trump has sued CBS and they're now talking about a settlement. If you thought deceptive editing was bad, take a look at this rambling answer to a very legitimate question about border crossings that quadrupled under the Biden administration. And again, a very rambling answer. And what's astounding about this is that this was not even part of the interview that was aired on CBS. In other words, this entire section that I'm about to show you was left out by CBS. So there's deceptive editing, which you saw at the start of this video, and there are sections that were completely left out of the interview. Take a look at this, and I want you to be the judge of how damaging this is. Let's roll the tape.
Trump sued CBS for $10 billion, and it looks like they might settle. But before that happens, the FCC released the full interview, unedited, and we have the tape. They talked for an hour and left a lot out. Here's an answer that never made air. Watch.
I'm trying to understand how it is that with this emphasis on the border, the numbers of crossings quadruple under the first 3 years of the Biden-Harris administration. How did that happen?
There are a variety of factors that relate to what we have seen globally and what we are not immune from at our own border in terms of what we have seen in terms of surge of immigration and irregular migration. And there are solutions at hand, but we've got to have leaders who are solution-oriented, which we've been and are.
Now, if you thought that was bad and that part was left out, here's another part that was left out where Kamala Harris was asked, how are you going to pay for all this? And her answer, again, is just, let's just say she thinks that she can just obfuscate and just walk around the subject and not give a clear answer. I think that's the most polite way to put it. Let's take a look at this question that was part of the original footage, but was not in the actual interview, and it was left out. Let's watch.
CBS also cut out their host pressing Kamala on how she's going to pay for all of her giveaways.
If all of this makes so much sense, why has this not been done? You're dealing with a Congress that is divided, that many are in opposition to not only you but your policies. So how are you going to make this
Bill,
come true?
if I approached my life as though, well, it's never been done before, therefore it cannot be done, I wouldn't be sitting here in this interview with you. That's the truth.
And if you thought that was unacceptable, this was a very simple question that CBS News asked Kamala, and let's just say she made a mess of it yet again. Let's roll the tape and watch this question and this rather bizarre non-answer. Let's roll the tape.
Then 60 Minutes tossed Kamala a big fat softball, and she swung and missed.
The most basic of questions. Why do you want to be President of the United States?
There are many reasons, but probably first and foremost, I truly believe in the promise of America. I do. And I love the American people. You know, we are a people who have ambition and aspirations and dreams and optimism and hope.
That's why you want to run. That's why you want to be
That's why I'm
president.
running. That and some other reasons.
But you're asking the American people to make you the most powerful person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you deserve the American people's votes?
Well, first of all, I have a career and a history of being very clear that I think of my role of leadership, and in particular now for the last 4 years as vice president and moving forward as president, if the voters will have me, as being a leader on behalf of all Americans.
Kamala wasn't the only one having a rough night. One of the crew guys misgendered Madam Vice President.
Is that what you needed?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. 30 seconds of silence, please, for Ruth John.
Michael Schellenberger is the founder of Public News. All right. Do you see anything scandalous about what CBS did here, Mike?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I just sort of forgot that that's how she talks, you know, and I was...
It was actually enjoyable watching it again. I don't know why, it just was.
I mean, it's like the easiest stuff to memorize. You would think she would have memorized it by then, but it feels like she's trying to figure out why she's running for president every time she's asked. I mean...
It's like a month before the election, and you're on 60 Minutes.
She's
and he's like, why do you want to be president?
Why am I
and she's
running?
like, well, let's see. What?
Amazing.
So that ended with the 30 seconds of silence request, and I think we need to have a moment of silence for the death of honest news reporting as far as CBS is concerned. Just mind-blowing. We've also released this video on our channel with the full 53-minute raw footage. They spoke for a long time, and the entire raw footage is also available on our channel. So make sure you check that out on our channel. Please click like, please click subscribe, please enable notifications. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.